Hello there.
Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to Cantina Session Hour Thursday night. How are you guys doing? It is great to be here tonight with you guys, talking toys. What a week, long week. But as long as I can get close to ending the week anyway, with you guys here in the Cantina, hanging out with the Cantinians, talking toys, talking the latest Star Wars. I'm good. I'm good. That makes my week. It's well worth it. It's all well worth it. You guys, what's up? How's it going? Oh man. Oh man. Feels like I haven't been here in a long time, but I was just on last week, wasn't I? Last Thursday. Um, it is great to see you guys. I'm looking here through the chat to see who's with us. And yeah, you guys, we're coming up on the end of the season, if you will. The show is about to wrap up next week. At least that's the plan. Next week being the last show of the year. And then we're going to take a month off because I need to recharge my batteries, and I'm going to be off from work. It's a great time to really get into the collection and move things around and organize and put new things on display, kind of catch up on unboxing stuff because I'm a little behind on unboxing stuff. You guys know how it goes. You get that stack of boxes that just grows higher and higher and higher, and then you're like, I really need to get into that stack of boxes one of these days. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm a little overwhelmed. So so yes, that is our plan next week to do our last show of the year. And then after that, well, we will be back sometime late January, I want to say. We'll see. We'll see. But we're not there yet. We still got tonight. We still got next week. You guys are stuck with me a little while longer. So thank you for being here tonight on your Thursday night. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us this evening. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you that is tuning in right now. Whether or not you're engaging in the chat, doesn't matter to me. Thank you for being here. If you're watching in the replay, I don't care. Thank you for being here. You guys rock. You guys are the best. All right, so tonight we are going to be talking the latest news for Hasbro Star Wars. There is a little bit, and there are some Hasbro Pulse reveals. So we're going to talk about that. There's some stuff for retro collection. There's some stuff for TBC. There's some stuff for TBS, the Black Series. So I'm looking forward to talking with you guys. And then, of course, there's something from InArt that I want to discuss. They've been doing these 12 scale, 6-inch DC figures. And as you guys know, they've kind of pipelined, if you will, quite a few of them. And I want to talk about the latest one because we talked about last week's. We're going to talk about this week's. And we're going to have a merry old time doing it because this is the season to be merry, isn't it? All right. So let me go ahead and see who is with us thus far into the evening. Let's see who we got here. We got Greg. Just kidding. I know it's not Greg. It's our friend Adam, our moderator. Thank you, Adam, for moderating and keeping all the unscrupulous individuals out of the Cantina. I know there's not many of them, but every now and then you get that Deveronian or that what is Kitakicax species? I have no idea. I have no idea right now. Been a long week. But we have that. You never know what's going to happen, right? When you're live, anything can and does happen. We may even be visited by the virtual ghost. I hope that we're not. But sometimes that happens. I don't think it's going to happen tonight, you guys. I think this issue, I think the ghost is gone. The virtual ghost, that is, not the actual ghost. The virtual ghost, I think it's gone. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see who else is with us. Is this our friend Dodgson? Yes, our soda fountain bartender. An unexpected one to be sure, but a welcome one. Hello, Dodgson. Thank you for doing what you do. We've got our friend Pico B1 with us saying, I only have one acquisition, so I will save it for the end of the show. Nice. That is a fan favorite segment, so we will be doing the acquisitions at the very end, of course. And what else? Let's see who else is with us. Sci-Fi Dude says, what's up, TVC family? I'm glad that we have some TVC to talk tonight because it feels like it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've had TVC to talk about, but we're going to talk TVC because there's some stuff, finally. Who else? Who else is with us? Our friend Britt, our bookkeeper, is here. Hey, Britt. Good to see you as always, friend. Nicholas is with us. Hello, Nicholas. Good to see you. We've got, let's see, who else is here tonight? Allison is with us. Hey, Allison. We've got, just reading through your chat, you guys. I love the conversation. William, what's up, William? Good to see you. Our friend Mary is here. Nice. Cool. Off to a good start. Galaxia Skywalker, good to see you too. Nice. Cool. All right. Well, the horses are off to the races. Did I finally get that quote? Did I finally get that? Anyway, let's go ahead and start talking. Not a lot of toy news this week. I don't think we're going to go super, super long. Of course, I have said that before, and then we end up going like 2 hours. I don't remember what the record's been. It's probably been over 3 hours. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. Let's start off with, should we start off with Star Wars or InArt? InArt. Let's do InArt. All right. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So let's talk before we even talk about this here, let's talk for a minute about 6-inch DC figures, 6-inch Batman figures. I started collecting 6-inch Batman figures back in 2012 when The Dark Knight Rises was in theaters and Mattel had their Movie Masters line. They did a pretty sizable line for The Dark Knight Rises. It had all the main characters, Batman, Bane, Catwoman. They even did like Alfred, and they did like John Blake, and some of the ones you wouldn't see like nowadays. And then they had older ones too, like the Joker and Harvey Dent and all that stuff. And they did a Bat Pod, which was pretty decent for its time. That's when I first got into 6-inch scale Batman figures. And then a few years later, Mattel did their classic TV series based on the 1966 series. So they did that for a bit, and they had a really nice line as well. They built it up pretty well. They had a Batcave, they had a Batmobile, they had the motorcycle, pretty big world building, different play sets. And it was really nice. And then a few years later is when you started to see other things like Mayfax, Medicom Mayfax, when they were doing like their Dark Knight Rises line. And then you saw things from NECA, little by little. Then you saw things from Mattel. They continued to do like expand on their 6-inch. I think it was called like DC Multiverse. And they incorporated things from like the newer DC, like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and later on Justice League and Aquaman and all that. And then throughout all this time, there was also DC Direct, which was doing 7-inch scale Batman figures. A lot of them revolved around the Arkham games, and I did buy a lot. I did collect quite a few of those, and I even did quite a few reviews of those here on YouTube back in 2013. You did have the mismatch of the scales, but anyway, I guess where I'm going with this is now we have McFarlane who's doing the 7-inch. There's not really a 6-inch proper line, like a mainstream line that you can pick up in the stores anymore for DC or for Batman. Only the McFarlanes, if you're lucky enough to find them. And then they brought back a lot of the animated stuff, but premium companies like InArt here, and also companies such as what you're seeing with Mesco, they're still trying their hat at premium 6-inch figures that exceed the level of quality that you would find in a Mattel figure or in a McFarlane figure. And that's what we have here with InArt. InArt is taking what they're known for, which is 6-scale figures, 12-inch figures, and trying to replicate the success that they've had with that into a smaller format with these 12-scale 6-inch figures. And back at San Diego Comic-Con this year, InArt held a little private event that I was lucky enough to attend, and I got to see a lot of their sculpts, including, I think this figure was there as well. And it was really cool to see how much they want to expand on this, because like I said, there hasn't been a whole lot. There's been a lot of DC over the years in 6-inch, but there hasn't been a whole lot of premium other than like Mesco or, you know, some of those kind of things. But this is taking you know, what they're known for in terms of the likeness, in terms of the sculpting, in terms of the articulation, in terms of the overall quality, and packing it into a smaller piece of plastic, essentially. And so far, they put up for pre-order the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman that went up. I think it was at the end of November, Black Friday, and then they also released the Dark Knight Rises Batman, which I did purchase. And this is the next one in that series. This is the Arkham Origins Batman from the Arkham Origins video game. I was a big fan of these games. I thought they were fantastic. Arkham Origins it was kind of the beginning of the story of Batman in this universe, but it wasn't the first game released, because first they did Arkham Asylum, then they did Arkham Knight, then they went back to Arkham Origins, and it didn't quite capture like how awesome Arkham Knight was. Arkham Knight is probably the best one overall. But it was the costume design was really awesome. They definitely pushed that forward, more in line with what you see in the more recent films, more the armored kind of look versus like the more jumpsuit look. And I really liked this one. I got this figure or this costume. Mattel did one, and then also I think in 2013, and then also DC directed one in the 7-inch scale. And I got both of those. I love this costume. I think they even did there is a 6 scale one somewhere, but I am definitely going to be pre-ordering this one, because, you know, Batman is like one of my top 3. I know I've talked about this before. And you know, it's Star Wars, it's Jurassic, and it's Batman. Not even like DC, like Batman strictly. I mean, I liked other DC stuff, but I mean, like the Arkham games were just like some of the coolest games, and it's just the most memorable. You had Mark Hamill voicing the Joker, and you had Kevin Conroy doing Batman. So anyway, let's take a look at some of the pictures here and get a little bit of a better look at what the Arkham Origins figure looks like here in these promotional images from InArt. Yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with the game, then I mean, you know what his look is, in a very armored up look. And it's kind of hard when they put pictures like this up. It's kind of hard to discern exactly like how much editing has gone on here, how much of it is the actual figure, because obviously there's a lot of Photoshop going on with the snow and the lighting and all. But I mean, just based on these photos, like you can see like the cloth cape, you can see the articulation. It looks really nice. What is that? Thermal detonator? Is that what he's holding there? It looks really nice. Let's see. Thankfully, they put a few photos, because they don't always do that. Batarang. Yeah, these are really nice photos. Hot Toys needs to hire whoever's doing these photos to do their when they announce figures. They need to hire these guys, whoever's doing these. But yeah, I mean, the figure, it looks tremendously good. These ones here are a little more unedited, if you will, a little more neutral. But I mean, it really encapsulates the video game design. Like it just looks really, really nice. Yeah. Close up of his head. I mean, looking at just his chin, like you definitely see like more of the like the texture on his chin. You see more of the like the 5 o'clock shadow type thing. The eyes look great. Lots of texturing on the mask. Looks really cool. Really cool, really big and beefy, just like he did in this game. Bottom of the boots are detailed. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool figure. This is definitely going to be a really cool figure to nab. I'm really glad that InArt is expanding into 12 scale, because it's, other than Metacom, like I haven't really had opportunities to pick up, or even like SH Figure Arts, I haven't really had opportunities to pick up the more premium type figures. So this, as you guys some of you know, if you collect DC, they can't sell this in the US because Hot Toys has the license for six scale, and then McFarlane has like the smaller scale, like the 7-inch scale. This is 6-inch scale technically, but they can't sell in the US, just like with the other releases. So if you want to get this, you'd have to go through a third party to get it. I'm probably going to order through Spec Fiction, which is where I ordered the Catwoman, which is where I ordered like the Jazz Inc. Batman Returns Catwoman. So there's other places you can get it too, but that's probably where I'm going to go, just because I ordered from them before. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I think it looks really, really nice for a smaller, for a 12th scale figure. Seeing these is kind of making me want to play these games again. I don't even think I can play these games. I don't even know if they work on my, I mean, these are games, but they were awesome. No world, like just the open world design of those games is awesome. I think we need a new Batman game. I think it's time for like a new open world Batman game, along in the spirit of like Arkham Knight or one of those games. So yeah, it looks great. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You gonna pick it up? Is that Mario? Hey Mario, what's up? Mark Hamill, Batman official. How's it going? Just reading through the comments. All right. That's it for DC this week, you guys. I guess we should move into Hasbro. Let's go and do that. All right. So today there was Hasbro Pulse Fanstream for Star Wars, and that included a little bit of retro collection, some Black Series, and some TVC. I think probably TVC had probably the best day overall. But let's talk about what they what's coming. We're just going to pull this up. So, okay, Hasbro. I'm going to speak to Hasbro for just a moment. I have not received press images for today's reveals, and I did not receive press images for the last few rounds of official images. And I know other of my friends in the community that have not received. So I don't know what's going on with that, but usually they were pretty good about sending press images. So anyway, we're gonna just use what Mr. Stevie has on Instagram, our friend Steve Evans, who we've had here on the show before. All right, let's talk about what is new. Let's start with retro collection, because yeah, retro. All right, R4M9, you guys. This is a droid that is visible in A New Hope. I'm pretty sure he's wandering around. I believe he's wandering around in Mos Eisley. So it is nice to see this. I mean, I love droids, but seeing new ones in retro, they haven't quite done that with an astromech yet, other than what was in the vintage line. So seeing a brand new type of droid being released for retro is pretty cool. And this is an R4 unit, as we know, based on his dome. Or I guess we could go off of the name too. We already saw the previous ones, CZ3 and then Garandan. So we know that those are the three that come in this wave. We don't know who the others are going to be. I assume there's going to be at least 3 others. Who do you guys want to see? I mean, me personally, I know I've said this before, and I've said this to Steve. I've said this to Chris. Like, I mean, Tonica Sisters in retro, like, would be kind of cool. I mean, wouldn't you want to see what Kenner might have done with the Tonica is? I mean, I kind of would. But, I mean, I'd like her, would be awesome in retro. Too. You know, what would Kenner have done if they made Woo Her the Bartender? I think that'd be pretty neat. I'd like to see that. Other than that, what else could they do? I mean, there's a lot they can do. But I think Tonica's Woo Her. And we haven't gotten We haven't gone Hammerhead, have we? They haven't done Hammerhead, but it seems like all the ones in this wave are brand new. So maybe they're not going to use like a Hammerhead or a Greedo or one of those older type things. So those would be cool because they haven't released either of those. But like new sculpts, I mean, if it's a Cantina alien, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously there's so many that they could do. Like Labria would be neat, right? I think. But yeah, I think those are the ones I'd like to see Wooher probably the most out of all of them. But yeah, we're getting drips for this little by little. So who knows what we're going to see next. Thank you, Adam, for that. R4 served on the 10 of E4. Appreciate it. Begobi one says Baru and Owen would be cool. I think that'd be pretty neat. I think that would be pretty neat, actually. Darth Plagueis figure revealed. What are we talking about here? Did I miss something? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at. Let's move into Black Series. You know I'm going to save my TVZ for last. You know that already. Black Series has these are the Cav and Misty from Scar Squadron, as well as Plo Koon and Wolf. I can't tell you guys what these are. I mean, I know they're stormtroopers, right? But like, I can't tell you what any of that means. Comic stuff, I believe. I don't know what that means though. I haven't been good about keeping up with like comics. Why does he have a battle droid looking weapon? I don't know. I mean, these look cool. They're definitely not for me, but they look cool. It's basically two stormtroopers that have personalized somewhat armor. This guy's got a poncho with a hoodie built in. Pretty cool looking gun, rifle. Plo Koon. We have had Plo Koon in the Black Series before, but this looks to be a new sculpt to me. Or it looks like it actually might use some of the Obi-Wan Kenobi, like the new one that recently came out, his sculpt. Because this one isn't as chunky, if you will, as the previous Plo Koon. That one was kind of a big figure. This one looks a little more streamlined. And he's got the clone armor on the forearms. This is cool. I mean, if I could get like a bargain on this, I might be interested in it. But why does the lightsaber have black on the tip of it? I don't think that doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look right to me. That has like black on the top of the hilt. Let's see what else. Commander Wolf. That's pretty cool. I think they did Wolf already, but this is based on like one of the newer sculpts, if I understand correctly. Head sculpt looks great. We were just talking about Hot Toys recently because they showed Wolf and it looked really nice. This looks good too. And then it has like the Troopers one has like this. I haven't watched the stream yet, you guys. I haven't had a chance to watch the stream yet, but I caught bits and pieces like on just flipping through Instagram, and I know they were talking about the packaging on this one being kind of like a special premium type thing. So I mean, these are neat, but again, not really for me. I mean, it's we're spread so thin these days with all these things competing for our attention. So you can't do it all. Careful with the Black Series. Out of the Basement hates the inaccurate stuff. Oh, is it Supreme Leader Tomater? Hey, how's it going, Tomater? Yeah, I mean, I've been on their show before, but I can't think of that specific reference. Let's see, who's this? This is awesome Optimus Prime 17. How's it going? I wish Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith would get more love in the Black Series. I mean, yeah, it's only like the best of the prequels and probably like the top, one of the best Star Wars movies. How does the poncho benefit an armored trooper? I have no idea, Adam. That's a great question. That is a great question. And it's a question I can't answer. But it looks cool, I guess. But Britt says, glad to get more of Scar Squadron, getting closer to completing the team. Chad says, why do I like this? Darn you, Black Series. Maybe it keeps dust out of the cracks. That could be. Or it just looks cool. All right. I'm not going to stick around on Black Series for too long. Let's go. Yeah, I know what you guys want. You want the TVC. Let's go to TVC. Who should we start with? Let's start with the repacks. Greedo, you guys. I mean, honestly, is anybody really surprised that Greedo is being packed in the main line? I'm 0% surprised at this. I'm 0% surprised at this. Is this a contest? Yeah, I mean, this was one of the HasLab figures that came out earlier this year with the Cantina. You know, my favorite Hasbro Star Wars collectible of all time. And I'm not at all surprised that he's coming back, because this is Greedo and he came on an alternate card. So I mean, that was kind of like the big hint that he was going to come in mainline, because they had to check out that original 96 card, right? And now they're doing that with this version of Greedo. I think he looks, I mean, the figure is great. I mean, if you have this figure, I've never thought the figure was 100% perfect. I think my issues with it are mostly like the head sculpt. I feel like the head's a little bit small, just a little bit small. But I still love the figure. I mean, it's just, he's so posable. He looks great. The coloring is awesome. But he's just a really, really great figure to see come back. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to buy like 5 more because I want more Greedos, right? There are multiples of them in the Cantina anyway, and running around Mos Eisley. So not a surprise whatsoever. There's the card back right there. There's your 096 card back. Classic Kenner card for Greedo. Finally ticking that one off the list. They've done Walrus Man. The Walrus Man needs to be redone. And they've done Hammerhead, which is one of the greatest figures Hasbro has ever done for Star Wars, but that one needs to come back on a proper size card back. Let's move on to the other repack in here. The Snowtrooper Commander. I was a little bit surprised at this one. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't think that this was going to come on an individual card, only because the one that we got in the 3-pack with the shock, no, not the shock, the Sand Trooper and the Scout Trooper, that was the perfect place for the figure because it is a commander, right? You don't need as many of them as you do the Grunt Snowtroopers. I'm a little bit surprised that this one is returning. I'm okay with it though, because it's a great figure, of course. And if you want to build out more of these commanders, you know, put some in the AT-AT, put some on the ground, fighting alongside the troops, great opportunity to do that. But I did kind of expect the Sand Trooper was going to come first, maybe with another colored pauldron, or a deluxe with all the pauldrons. Can you imagine? That'd be pretty cool. So I'm a little surprised at this one returning, but you guys, look at the card. I gotta say, the card is hitting all the right notes for me. I mean, it looks great. It looks great. The card image that it's kind of hard to center here. The card image that they used, that's what we see in The Empire Strikes Back, and then the hot pink for the name pill, or the magenta, or whatever you want to call it. Perfect. That is like the perfect color for that card. I really like that. So I mean, Just based on that alone, like I'm gonna have to pick it up. I mean, obviously I would pick it up anyway, right? Because it's TVC, but like this makes me want to pick it up even more because seeing it on this card. This one's VC94, and it's the Imperial Snowtrooper Commander. He looks great. Let's stick with Hoth for a minute. General Veers, prepare your men. Okay, General Veers. Let's talk about General Veers. So, General Veers is nice to see. I've seen this one come up, and I've heard him come up in conversations with fans that want more of this kind of thing. This is an original in '96. This time he doesn't have a generic name, though. He does have, it says General Veers on the card. They've done this character before, but not since TVC 1.0 had a version of him. But the Saga collection back in 2006 had like an actual like General Veers. So to see him back in TVC 2.0 with his name is really cool. The figure is, as far as I can tell, looks like it uses the most recent Imperial officer body. And then it has the helmet, and it also has the chest armor, kind of like what we saw with Agent Callus. So this is a really nice one to see. And it kind of makes me want to. I mean, the ad is already on display, but it kind of makes me want to. I'm thinking more about like Hoth right now after these two figures. Like it's just on my mind a little bit more. There he is without the helmet, so you can pull that thing off. There's the portrait underneath, which we never see him. We never see him without a hat or a helmet in the movie, so I'll take their word for it that this is what he looks like without it. But I don't actually know that. And here is the carded image of General Veers. Now, one thing I'm going to say, this is a complaint, but I think it's a valid complaint. Where's his hat? Where is his hat? I mean, how am I going to recreate when he meets with Darth Vader if he doesn't have his hat? Right? Let's suppose that the torso armor is removable. We already know the helmet is removable. Where's his hat? I need that hat so that I can get that look of General Veers. Britt, I can see why he always wears the helmet. He needs his hat, you guys. Where's the hat? I mean, yeah, to me that's one of those really like annoying things, kind of like Moff Gideon from season 3 of The Mandalorian not having an interchangeable head. It's just one of those things, like it's so close to being definitive and so close to never, ever, ever, ever needing to be revisited again. But it still falls short in such a basic way that makes me a little bit frustrated. Where's the hat? Where's the hat? I appreciate the helmet. I like the armored look. But he's still not complete without that hat. Could he get repacked? Sure. Of course. Yeah, let's get this trending. Let's get this trending. Where's the hat? Hashtag where's the hat? He chose poorly. Yes, he chose that hairstyle poorly. Yeah, I mean, this is really cool. Card's great, but again, the hat is kind of taking me off a little bit. Not gonna lie. The missing hat is taking me off just a little bit. And then we'll jump to the last one, which is the big one, of course. Big in terms of like the fact that it's 100% brand new sculpt. Poggle the Lesser, you guys. Poggle the Lesser is making his way into Star Wars The Vintage Collection, finally. The last time we got Poggle the Lesser, I think he was released in the Saga Collection. And that wasn't even his first appearance, because I'm pretty sure that he was also released in during those what was it? Those 2-packs, right? That they did during the Saga days, like 2002, 2003, the Geonosian War Room. Remember those? He was released in those as well. But I mean, come on, be honest. How many of you saw Poggle the Lesser coming? How many of you saw Pago the Lesser being remade into a brand new 100% sculpt? Probably not very many. But at the same time, when you think of Return to Tatooine, when you think about Battle of Geonosis, which is the big theme for 2026, it makes sense that you would have something like Pago the Lesser being released, because Pago the Lesser, of course, was the head of the Geonosians. He was there center stage with Count Dooku and Jango Fett when the executions were supposed to take place in the arena of the executions of Padme Amidala, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And of course, we know that that all, it was not very well organized, and it actually failed.
Good job.
So yeah, I'm stoked to see Pago the Lesser coming into the line. Is he the most exciting character in the history of Star Wars? Nope, not by a long shot. But the fact that Hasbro is addressing, what's a fairly minor character in the main line, even though it's a fan channel wave in the main line, is really cool to see, because this does give me hope for more Cantina aliens. It gives me hope for more Jabba's Palace goons. It gives me hope for, more of the stuff that I love about Star Wars, which is like the weird, right? The aliens, the obscure, the stuff that, is not center stage in the films, but really adds to that world building, really adds to that immersiveness of the films, really adds to that galaxy far, far away. And Pago the Lesser, I think, is definitely along those lines. Yeah, he looks great. He looks great. That likeness is spot on. Costume looks great. The gold coloring on his armor, I guess, is nice. He's got his cane. He's got the wings. And then there's the card right there. Pago the Lesser. It's a nice card back. I hadn't looked at it yet, but it's a cool card back. Yeah. Good job, Hasbro. Good job. This is the highlight of today. Again, is Pago the Lesser the most exciting character to ever come out of Star Wars? Heck no. But this is what we want from TVC. This is 100% the kind of thing we want to see the Vintage Collection do. Not completely focus on retooling or repacking main characters or marginal updates on army builders like the Scout Trooper, but like something that's really going to add to the world building. And Pago the Lesser definitely fits that bill. And those are the 4 TVC reveals. What do you guys think? What is your favorite one? Is that our friend Lorena? Hey, Lorena, it's great to see you. She says, I was 100% expecting Pago to show up as part of the Return to Geonosis. Very glad he can stand. Yes, he's got to be able to stand for sure. Yes, where's the hat? Charger 9105 says the 2002-03 Poggle is a great sculpt, but is more or less a statue. This one looks terrific. Completely agree. It's a nice figure. It's a nice looking figure, at least, but he is, for all intents and purposes, a statue. This one is making that one obsolete. Adam says Poggle is welcome. He looks terrific. Give that man a hat, indeed. Mario wasn't expecting to see the grasshoppers at all. Brent, how's it going? Surprised to be sure, but a welcome one, most definitely. Nicholas says, I'm very happy with all 4 of these. Adam, the most exciting character in Star Wars may be the, as of yet, unrevealed Pago the Greater. Yeah, why was he called Pago the Lesser? I mean, is that really something to be proud of? Like, you're the lesser? I mean, was there a greater? It's kind of like Alexander the Great. Like, what if there was like an Alexander, like the crappy, like, or something, like, like, would that be like a great title to be like, parading around? It's like, probably not. Probably not. But hey, it's Star Wars. They can do that. They can get away with stuff like that. Sci-fi dude, best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard or Home Alone? Batman Returns. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, Home Alone is the top 5 for me for sure. I mean, I grew up with that. I was a kid when that came out, and yeah, for sure, Home Alone. But I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them for sure. Chad says, I wonder if he comes with the arena display. Nope, it's not in the card, but will that come some other way? You got to think. It's called Battle Geonosis, right? This can't be it. This can't be it, you guys. There's got to be more coming from this theme that I think we're going to see pretty soon. Adam says, it's amazing that Black Series didn't get this first. You're kind of right. Alexander the Mediocre. Brent says that arena display was just the old playset, but would it be cool to get a new one of some kind? Well, again, Battle Geonosis is the theme, right? You got to think that there's more coming sooner rather than later. All right. So these are fan channel exclusives, and they go pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Through the fan channel, which is like your Hasbro Pulse, your Big Bad Toy Store, your Entertainment Earth, and Amazon. Yeah, so these will not be in stores. That's why it's the fan channel. These are going to be strictly online, which is fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything in here that really needs to be on stores. There's not like a Darth Vader or a Princess Leia or anything like that. Although I do think Greedo would be cool to see on shelves. Don't you guys think? Greedo would be nice to see on the pegs, but yeah, other than that, I think this is, these make a lot of sense to me. Like these are, as fan channels for the most part. Interesting about Pago the Lesser being fan channel, even though he's a completely brand new sculpt. But yeah, those are the TVC reveals. A good day for Star Wars collectibles through Hasbro. A good day for TVC. Like without a doubt, like these were exciting, I think, even though a couple of them are repacks. These do kind of inject just enough of a boost to get us through the holidays, I think. I'm good with these. And I fully expect we're going to get more reveals probably next month. If not, then definitely in February. And there will be more to pre-order around again, Battle Geonosis, that's a big thing. So yeah, it's all good stuff. All good stuff. What else do you I have a question for you guys. What do you think? Let's assume another fan channel wave is going to follow this at some point. What do you think is a wise, either a repack or something that's like requires like not a whole lot of engineering, like kind of like Veers, General Veers, it's a retool, something that's either like a strong repack from a previously released set or a slight retool that you think would be good for fan channel. Let me know what you think. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, I have a couple in mind, but I'd rather hear what you guys are thinking, because there's different things they could do. Yeah, so not a whole lot to add to those. Yeah, I mean, I was very good with these reveals, and I knew we were going to be talking about them, so I'm just glad that it was something actually fairly exciting to discuss tonight, because I didn't know what to expect. All right, so I guess, is there anything else that I missed? I think that's it. It was a really slow news week, you guys. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. Not a whole lot of news other than what we've covered. Yeah, pretty slow overall. I went to Disneyland last week. I guess I can tell you guys about that. I went on Friday, and it was ridiculously busy. But I mean, we expect that because it's the holidays, busiest time of year at the parks. I didn't really buy anything. I bought one thing that I left in the other room. I'm gonna have to go get it before we do new acquisitions. But Yeah, it was, lots of holiday foods, lots of holiday snacks. And I'll probably be going by next week as well, so that I can check out like the Christmas parade and the fireworks show and that too, because I love seeing that as well. Wat Tambor, that would be cool. That would be cool. Clone Trooper Commander from episode 3, ones that try to kill Yoda. Yeah, those would be neat. Those would be cool. I don't know. Would those be fan channel? I guess they could be. Why not? Those are the 41st Elite Clone Troopers. Mando Obi-Wan. That is a very easy one. I'm surprised they haven't done that, actually. That is low-hanging fruit, Arena. That is low-hanging fruit. They could easily do that. Have you seen the trailer for Fate of the Republic drops? I have not seen that. I have not seen that. I'll check it out after. All right. Well, I suppose that is going to take us to the next part of the show, which, I mean, come on, guys. Obviously.
New acquisitions.
New acquisitions, things that we've added to our collections. My friends, let me know what you've added to your collections. I'll let you know what I've added to my collection. There's not really much to talk about. Actually, there's other than the one thing I got at Disney, there's nothing really to talk about. So I'm going to show you something that I have been working on. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to grab the other thing in the other room, because I'll have to leave you guys by yourselves. And who knows what could happen. If I leave, who knows what could happen? I don't know. So let me show you guys what I have here. I'm just going to take a sip of my sweet tea that I just brewed before the show. All right. We were talking about Batman earlier. I have gone through, and let me know if you have any questions. Drop them in the chat. I'll answer them too, along with your acquisitions. Questions about whatever. Okay. McFarlane, as you guys know, has been doing like all the Batmobiles over the last couple of years. One of the ones they did early on was the Batman 89, the classic Tim Burton Batmobile, the best Batmobile. I mean, that's a fact. But it wasn't 100% perfect. There's a company called Ramen Toy overseas that made some parts to make that Batmobile even better. I pre-ordered those toys long time ago. They took a while to come in, and they did, and then they just sat, and I finally got around to to getting those parts on my Batmobile. The problem was I had to take apart my Batmobile completely. But it is completely rebuilt, and it looks better than ever. Let me show you guys what my new and improved McFarlane Batmobile looks like. All right, so here it is, looking better than ever. Why is that, you may wonder? And what is even different about it? Because it looks pretty stock. Actually, no. So Ramen Toy noticed that the cockpit that came on this Batmobile was way too big. It was too tall. The lenses were really like gappy. So they engineered a brand new one. And here, I'll just, as best I can, I'll show you what the other one looked like. This is the other one. Look, the windows are basically clear, and they're kind of tall. So if I put it like this, again, best that I'm able to in this situation, you can kind of see the difference. Like the new one is a lot more low profile, and it's a lot more film accurate. Like this thing was just, let me look at it from the side. I mean, you can see like this one wasn't cutting it. So Ramen Toy, they made a brand new one that you can swap on your McFarlane Batmobile. It works the same way. You push the button, cockpit slides forward, and then you got to push it the rest of the way like that. And then Batman is in there. It's still a one-seater. There's not really a solution for that, unfortunately. But this cockpit is light years better than the original one. And you would kind of think, like, really, like, it's just a cockpit. Could it really make an aesthetic difference on the whole car? Yes, it does. It looks so much better, you guys, than it did before. So much better than it did before. Again, the only thing is you have to completely take the car apart. Like, you have to completely take the car apart. So the other thing that it comes with in this kit, it's not just the sliding door in the cockpit. It's also these machine guns that did not come on the McFarlane release. So they created the machine guns, and you can add them on there. And they just come off like this. It's super easy. Just put them back in. They don't fall off or anything. They're sturdy. And then the last thing they added was the gas caps, because the original McFarlane one was missing the gas cap. So those are just double-sided taped onto both sides of the car. And again, this car looks freaking cool. It looks, again, you might think it's minor changes, but no, like these small changes make a world of a difference on this vehicle. It just looks so more aesthetically pleasing, and it looks way more film accurate than it did before. So again, the company is Ramen Toy. And there's two versions of this Batmobile. There's this one. This is the 89 version. And McFarlane also did the Flash version, which is the same exact sculpt, except it's a gloss black. And they also made a conversion kit for that car because it had kind of a translucent cockpit for whatever reason. I bought both. I don't have the other Batmobile, the Flash one, yet. But I'll pick it up one of these days. But because I know that I will, I did buy the Ramen Toy kit for that one as well. It's the same parts, but, they're just meant to work with that version instead. In the box, it looks like this. Just Ramen Toy CAG set. Yeah, and I'm very pleased with this. I can't remember what the price was, to be honest. It's been a long time, but was well worth it. Definitely well worth it. And that's really all I have to show you guys this week. But I am very happy with that, how that turned out. I did get the Ecto 1 on the shelf, the HasLab Ecto 1. That is over on the shelf now, along with some of the Ghostbusters figures that Hasbro did for the Plasma series from the original film. And then I want to put the original film Ghostbusters themselves on there on the shelf. I don't have them up there yet just because they're in storage. I need to get them. But I put Slimer up there. I put the Librarian Ghost. It's a really nice display. I even tried the other night putting on the lights from the Ecto 1A on top of it to see what it would look like. And man, those lights are way more fun than the original ones, but I'm keeping it Ecto 1 from the original film. I probably should have bought both too, so I could do both, but I don't think I would have displayed both at the same time anyway. So it's cool. I really like it. It's a really neat thing. It's way better than any of the McFarlane Batmobiles, but it is a HasLab, so of course it is going to be. But you pay for that too. Anyway, I do have one other thing that is en route, and it kind of touches on something that I spoke of on Instagram that we've talked about here on Social Hour. But I don't want to spoil it. So I'm going to wait. It should be here by the next Social Hour, and then we can talk about it then. But I want to see what you guys have added to your collections. And again, if you have any questions, drop them here, and I will address them. Dodgen's highlight of the show, new acquisitions. Darth Malik's Missing Lower Jaw says, I recently picked up the new Lego U-Wing from Andor. Very nice. Britt got the SDCC Anakin Obi-Wan 2-pack. Finally! Awesome, Britt. I'm glad that you were finally able to track one of those down. Finally. I know you really wanted that one. Go ahead and leave. I'll watch that. Peak Obi-Wan. Okay, new acquisitions. Just one Funko Pop. ARC Trooper Jesse helmet off, which is actually not the Chase. The helmet is, I got that one weeks ago. Nice. Nat Bartel 781 said, picked up Bomb Bimdom at Target last weekend. Nice. Dodgen says, I recently acquired the Swap Meet, a complete Lost World board game for $35. Nice. Adam says, my one new acquisition is the sideshow Bib Fortuna. Ooh, love him. I also bought a full-size Chucky doll. Nice. Very nice there, Greg. I'm going to need to see. I did it again. Adam, so sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me with calling you Greg. Anyway, I want to see pictures of that one, Adam. I want to see pictures of your Bib Fortuna. Sci-Fi Dude says that the Batmobile 100% looks better. Nicholas agrees. Alex, how's it going? Alex says, I received some of my Valaverse Action Force figs. One of being a con exclusive, Dia de los Muertos Sidewinder. Nice. Nicholas says, my new acquisitions for Aegis. Still waiting for the new TVC to show up. I've been enjoying decluttering some older stuff and curating my display. Yes, curating the display. That's something that I definitely want to work on once holiday break, is here. Because yeah. I want to start the new year like a little bit like decluttered, but also more curated. And I think a lot of my collection displays are there, but there's some aspects of it that really need some attention. So I do want to get in there and really like kind of give it like a nice winter reset, winter cleaning or whatever. Sci-Fi Dude got nothing. Mary says, I got 3 hot toys this week. Wednesday, Battle Damage T800, and someone canceled their pre-order of the Sand Trooper and due back, and I got it for 25% off. Nice. That's a good one, Mary. Great acquisitions. Actually, I got that Wednesday figure too, and I completely forgot that I did. I haven't opened it yet, but I'd like to do that this weekend maybe if there's an opportunity. Because yes, I was very excited to receive that one. I even did my hair because I was so excited to get that figure. No, I'm just kidding. Unrelated. Lorena says, I finally opened my Loki and 3 3/4 inch figures I got back in like 2014, and they're so nice. Perfect articulation. Nice. Let's see here. Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's Allison says 2026. We'll see some heavy curation of what parts of my swath of Star Wars collectibles will be retained. We got to do that every now and then, right? I mean, I always say this, but our collections get bigger and grow, but our homes do not. I wish they did, but they don't. Yeah, that is really cool. Mary got the T800. That's super cool. Battle damaged. All right. Unless you guys have any last minute questions, we're just about to hit an hour, which is probably the shortest show we've done in a while, actually. But like I said, slow news week. There's no guest tonight to keep the momentum going anyway. So, yeah, that's all I have for you. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, let me know. But other than that, like, yeah, slow week. We're in the middle of holidays. Usually this time of year is pretty slow for toy announcements. So I'm not too surprised there. I will tell you that one of my plans while I'm on winter hiatus that I would like to do is I'd like to revisit the format of the show a little bit. I don't want to say too much of what I'm thinking yet because I'd like to see if I can actually do it. But I'd like to change it up a little bit. Like we have new acquisitions, that's a fun segment. But I'm trying to think about ideas for other things we could add in here, kind of along those lines. Fun things that we can add in here along those lines. Because this show can basically be whatever we want to make it, right? Any news on the mystery Cantina pack? Nothing here, Allison. I have not. I was hoping we would know by now, right? They teased that back at SDCC. We still don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I wish I did. I really wish I did. Alex is still in the hunt for the Home Depot R2D2. Me too, Alex. If you see an extra one anywhere at Home Depot, hit me up because I want that. I don't even know if it fit in my car, to be honest. Would it fit in a Mustang? I don't even know. But I do want one. And it's been out of stock online for months now, so I don't but I do want it. So see, it's another thing. I'm talking about decluttering and making things a little more streamlined, but then I'm also thinking about a life-size R2D2. Go figure. I don't know how my brain rationalizes those two things that are kind of antithetical, but that's how it is. That's how it is. You guys know. You guys know how it is. Nice to be here with you, gang. I love you guys. May the force be with you. Cheers. Until next week. Thank you. Thank you, Chad. You guys, as Adam says here, the best way to spend a Thursday night is here with you all. I completely agree. It has been brief, but it has been fun. And yeah, there's nowhere I'd rather be than in the cantina with the Cantinians, with the canteen in the background, mind you, talking about toys and collectibles and Cantina Social Hour. And it's just wild that we're at the end of another year. It is absolutely wild. What's to come for collecting, for Hasbro, for TVC, for the channel? What I mean, what's to? I don't know. But whatever it is, we'll get it done together. Love you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday night with me here in the Cantina. You guys are the best. I would not be doing this if it weren't for you guys. So thank you very, very much for hanging out. And no matter where you're tuning in from around the galaxy, of course, I want to thank you for watching Cantina Social Hour, whether you're here now or will be in the future through the replay. Really appreciate you. Be well. Be safe. May the force be with you. And we will catch you in the next episode. Our yearly, our finale of the year next week. Bye, everybody. See you soon.
Thank you very much.